guys, and welcome to Tory Bash Takeover. This is Dr. Hacks, and today I'm going to do a continuation on the Q&A thread. So this will be Q&A thread answers number 3. First one is from Chili Bicek, I believe. Will you be featuring different events on your channel, like the single player cup or something else? That's going to widely depend on whether or not I'm involved in the event. When people who make events want me to broadcast stuff about their event, typically they send me a personal message, and if I'm available to host or available to commentate or something, then I get there and maybe I make a video about it, but nothing's planned or scheduled as of yet. Thanks for the question. Next question is from Sissy Kick. He cited a video that I posted about like why winning isn't everything, and then he asks me, when did winning become everything for me? And that's kind of like, I want to answer that in two parts. The when part of your question is when TGS beat Alpha in Clan League. That's when I realized that there was a lot more merit to playing competitively that I had previously overlooked, and that it's an entire metagame and it's an entire strategy that I hadn't practiced. So losing to TGS made me go on and to become a dueler, which I would duel every day against TGS members and other known duelers for low stakes at the beginning, like 500 TC, 350 TC, something like that. And gradually I built up to 80,000 TC duels, 100,000 TC duels, etc. So that was when and why. Because regardless of whether or not I was playing for style or playing for the win, I got upset when I was losing. But the difference is I win a lot more when I'm playing to win. So I lose less and thus get less angry when I play to win. But that's, again, I know you already know this. I just want to preface this for everyone else. That doesn't mean I don't think anyone else should enjoy the game for whatever it's worth to them. If they like playing it silly, play it silly. There's a lot of merit to that. So thanks for the question, Sissy Kick. I'm sorry if I'm talking really fast, by the way. We've just got a lot of questions, and I don't want this video to run over until like 20 minutes. Alright, Ninja Balls asks, is there one thing I would change about Tory Bash if I could, and what would it be? And also, can you be my friend? The one thing I would change immediately is the ranking system. I appear to be the only one who really cares about ranks in Tory Bash. I think ranks are one of the few things that we could just vastly improve upon really quick if we just had one good idea and we implemented it. The point is the Tory Bash is all about customization. It's all about changing your profile and everything about you in a very unique and special way. However, there's a number that's next to your name that feels like it's not a good identity of who you are, and you can't not display it. Even if you get a pure user text, people can still see your rank. So I would like the rank to be better. What would I do personally? I think I'd make it QI based. I really like that idea just because then it's not a lie. Then it's not trying to play out like this depicts skill. It just 100% depicts how many games you've played. So at least it'd be 100% accurate. And can we be friends? Absolutely. Just, meet me online sometime. We'll hang out. Alright, Oak, thanks for the question. Okami asks, what made you decide to be a member of the staff, and who made the intro and outro for Tory Bash Takeover? And was that a volunteer thing or not? I decided to become a member of staff, I think, my junior year of high school, and it was because I just really fell in love with Tory Bash. I had grown fond of multiple communities. My first official clan that I was in was Freestyle, and then a brief period where I was in Relax All during the third clan league that happened 4 or so years ago. And that was a really big and impressive time for Tory Bash. It was very competitive, it was very interesting, and I want to get a part of giving back because Tory Bash gave so much to me. So that's when I wanted to become a staff member, and that's when I became a market squad member, and ever since it's just kind of stuck with me to try to give back to Tory Bash because you guys are so cool back to me. Who made the intro and outro? That would be Slycooper and Jusmi. Slycooper does the graphics, Jusmi does the sound effects and song. I think I always leave a little annotation that says that they did it in all of my videos. But yeah, they're really talented people, and I did pay them. So thank you very much for the question. Alright, the question is from Dilmancy. Who do I think the best players are nowadays in their respective mods? It's really hard to say. I'm not nearly enough good as a gauge as I used to be about who has the talent and who doesn't. And the people that I cite as the best are people that were the best when I really saw high level being played compared to everyone else. And that was like Oddlove when he played Wushu. He was on a different level than the other players. Nut Hug and CQ. Nut Hug when he played Aikido, he was on a different level than when he was playing with the other players. Hamster and Jusmi when they played Judo. 0815 Rocker and um, 0815 Rocker and Imskew for Tekion. Kimiko for Wushu. Just a lot of the alpha guys for Lenshu, along with Sahi, Hector, Killer 3366. So, just a lot of players in the past I thought were unbelievable. And it's really hard to pick out new potential and who's the best nowadays, because I really don't know what the old players still have in their tanks or not. So that was a really good question, though. Thank you very much. Deuteria asked a couple questions. What do you see as the pros and cons of Toribash being integrated with Steam? What changes do you think should be made to solve the cons and push forward the pros? Well, the pros is we're going to have an actual active friends list, I think, and that would be really cool. I'd really like to be able to see when my friends are online without actually being on Toribash. And I can't really think of any major cons. To run Steam is almost nothing on your computer, so it's not like if you can run Toribash decently, it's not like running Steam is gonna interfere with that, or I guess maybe it'll lower your resolution a little bit, like you can't run it at a certain rate or something whilst you have all these options selected. But I can't think of any cons. Superman or Wonder Woman? I'm gonna choose Wonder Woman. I really like strong female characters a lot, and Superman's really one-dimensional to me. I don't think he's a very interesting character. Apple pie or blueberry pie, and why? Apple pie, because I won a pie eating contest, and it was apple pie and pumpkin pie, and it was delicious. And is there anything more that you can tell us about the changes to the Tory shop that have been postponed? If so, how do the main player base of Tory Bash will react to them? No, I can't give word about the Tory shop changes as of yet. Um, what delayed them is too many radical changes happened at once. It made the player base very upset, and more. Actually, I shouldn't say that. The majority of the people were really happy with it, but the minority that held most of the money were very upset with it. But the player base as a whole should feel indifferent to happy about the changes that will come in the future, because they'll be more geared towards helping out new players. So it really shouldn't have too big of an impact on the rest of the player base. Great questions, though. Thank you very much. Raymond Diskey, Raymond Ramen Disk, whatever, asks, who's your favorite guy when it comes to dueling? Maybe someone you think was a challenge, plays fair, etc. Um, best. Well, I think I'm a Pirate plays probably the most fair in duels. So for fairness, I choose I'm a Pirate. For challenge, I rookie when I duel him in Lenshu 3NG or Aikido Big Dojo. That's a really big challenge, especially Aikido Big Dojo because I'm not very strong at it. Um, yeah, those are probably the best the present day. Now, I've never beat Kamiko in a duel. I've only come close. So Kamiko and Odd Love because we had the best duel series that I can ever remember. Who's your non-staff idol? That's going to be a tie between Logic and Begotten. Yeah. I really like Begotten's attitude when he plays Tory Bash, and I really like how pretty his play style is, so I really love to exemplify what he's doing. And I think Logic is just an unbelievable player, and he plays in a very unique way, and he never puts winning first, but he always seems to win anyways, so I really like Logic's play style. And what is your greatest contribution to Tory Bash other than Tory Bash Takeover? That's a good question. I'd like to think it's through teaching people wushu in private servers or public servers. I'd open up big windows and say, "Hey, listen, I'm teaching wushu. Come on in." And I think that's part of the inspiration for Tory Bash Takeover was me wanting to teach. I mean, if I were conceited, I'd say my time as a game master, but I realized that I was just another name and a face of people that were hosting those types of tournaments, and I didn't last long enough to make a lasting impact on people that way. So thanks for the question, though. I really appreciate it. Fancy asks, favorite memory from Tory Bash? Favorite memory from Tory Bash? I'm going to have to go with two. Clan League number 3. That was what got me hooked to Tory Bash was first off, when I was competing in it under a clan called Tory Knights with a guy who was pretending to be my older brother named X Battle. Uh, so that was like a big building experience to watch all the big clans like BNCY, RAR, Inc. Just all these clans that you hear a lot about, but you never see them anymore. All of them giving like their last hurrah. That was really fun to watch. And the second was beating Odd Love in a duel series that was worth I think 40,000 or 100,000 or whatever, and wearing his texture set because that was just a huge deal to me. He was always he still is my icon in terms of what I would like to become one day in this game. But that's definitely my fondest memory. Fluent in any other languages? Ever been anywhere that changed the way you look at the world and others? I'm not fluent, but I speak French pretty strong. I'm better spoken French than written. I haven't really. Well, that's not true. I've been to Boston, and that kind of helped me like realize, there's a lot of people in need. 'Cause I saw a lot of homeless people on my way to the courthouse, which is where I did an internship. So I'd say that Boston helped me look and be more altruistic. Where should I go on foreign exchange? I've ruled out South America and African options, and pretty much anywhere else goes. Um, I've always wanted to go to Australia. I don't know if that interests you. I know that's very expensive, but I see a lot of bodybuilders and powerlifters coming out of Australia that I really like to get to meet and talk to. I think that'd be an interesting culture, and it's kind of like going to Britain but with kangaroos, because yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go with Australia, and I know how inaccurate that last statement was, so just please excuse it. Thank you for the questions, Fancy. And last but not least, Sparchar asks, how long have I been playing Wushu? Since 2008. When I was a brown belt, my first game of Wushu was played, watching Magix versus Shockwave. Both were in Clan Addicted, and I just watched them, and they had custom motion trails, and it looked really beautiful. It looked like wind passing and stuff like that. It was super cool. So I would always just learn how to play through that, and then that evolved into me one day getting into Relaxall and becoming the leader of Relaxall, and eventually, long time in advance, like 5 years later, I think, is when I got into Clan Alpha, which was like my ultimate goal. Thanks so much for the questions, guys. I'm sorry that this video took so long. I tried to keep the tempo as quick as possible, and I tried to hit up everyone's questions, so you all felt included. Make sure you keep watching Tory Bash Takeover. I really appreciate the support. If you want to watch other videos, just look around my channel. I've got a lot of interesting different content out there. It's not just one mod or anything like that. If you have any more questions, of course, feel free to ask. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the like button if you want to and you like it. And let's make sure Tory Bash takes over.